what that experience like, what you guys were advocating for out there in Albany. Just talk to me about that whole experience.
So the experience in itself is a different story that we'll get into. But the purpose of Caucus Weekend, that's what we call it. We call it Caucus Weekend. I don't say all that extra. But the purpose of Caucus Weekend, while I was there, was to continue advocating and push for the passage of a bill called the Youth Justice and Opportunities Act. So what the bill does is it expands YO. So right now, under current law, like people that have been arrested, they'll probably be familiar with this. But under current law, there's something called YO that you could get in court or whatever. But the thing with YO is you only get it one time. You could get it multiple times, but it'll be really hard to get it multiple times. You can only get it on misdemeanors and like some felonies. You got to fight hard to get it on a felony, and it's up to your 18th birthday. So when you turn 19, you can't get it no more.
Okay.
And what YO does is it seals your record. It can give you a program instead of jail, and it helps so like when you apply for shit, it's not there,
Right.
And it like lowers your sentence sometimes. So what we're trying to do is expand that up to the age of 25. So young people up to the age of 25 could get it. You could get it more than once, and we're trying to prioritize the programs part. So we're trying to make it where young people have opportunities to make a mistake and
Right.
still be able to get YO and benefit from it. So get a program. Get a cap sentence of 4 years. Nobody should be doing more than 4 years in jail. Nobody's going to learn 7 years, 8 years in jail. We're trying to just give more opportunities to young people. So I went to Albany to advocate for the passage of that bill and let legislators know that this is something that young people want. Like, young people are asking for this, young people want it, and y'all should follow through on it. Y'all should give young people what they're asking for, you feel me? So that's why I was there for Albany. And I was also speaking about youth advocacy, what got me into youth advocacy, what it means to be a youth advocate,
Right.
things like that. Just giving tips to other like high schoolers and whatnot or whatever. So it was dope. The experience in itself, I would say, it was like I learned a lot about myself. Like coming back, I learned that there's gonna be certain rooms that I'm just not gonna be in because I'm never gonna compromise my morals or what I believe in to be in that room. Like I'm never gonna be that girl that's gonna say F my morals, I'm gonna do this to get a picture with the mayor. I
Right.
could care less about a picture with the mayor. If I get close enough to the mayor for a picture, I'm gonna put him in a chokehold. I don't care for the mayor. You feel me? Like I really don't. Same thing with the president. I'm never gonna compromise my morals and what I believe in to be in a room with the president because I don't care for the president too. So I learned that like it's just some spaces I'm not gonna be in, and I don't want to be in them because they're toxic anyway. Like if I gotta shift who I am and what I believe in to be in a space, I shouldn't have to be in it. So I learned that like being around a bunch of other people, I've been seeing them like what they stood for wasn't aligning with their actions that they were doing. You feel me? Like their mission statement wasn't aligning with what they're doing, and that'll never be me. Like my actions will always align with what I believe in my mission statement. So I came to the consensus, like the conclusion that I'm gonna have to sit some things out, and that's fine with me. As long as I have like the backings from my community and my people, I'm good. I don't need the backings from no person in office, no mayor, no president, no governor. I don't really care for that. If they fuck with me, they fuck with me. That's
Right.
cool. But I'm never gonna sell out my people just to be able to be in a room with them.
Yeah, that's the ones you're doing for. Those are the ones that matter. Those are the ones that matter, and those are the ones that are gonna be impacted by the work that you do.
Right.
I just wanted to ask, and this is like, love everything that you're doing, but just as a journalist, I gotta ask the hard question. So when you say that people up to the age of 25 and just people in general just deserve a second chance, minority young people deserve a second chance, where is the I guess when is the line crossed where it's like, I got a question here.
That's a good question. That's a good
Right, like if let's say put me for example, if I killed 10 people and I decided to crash out, do I deserve a second chance?
You deserve the chance to learn from your mistakes. Now, if we give you the chance to learn from your mistakes, then we got to leave it up to God. If you
Right.
don't learn from them after we give you, it's like with the bill. Let me clear this up about the bill because a lot of people think what you think, that we just giving out get out of jail free
Yeah,
cards,
right,
slap on the
right,
wrist.
right.
That's not what it is. If you commit, first of all, you won't get YO on any like on any murders,
Yeah,
arson,
makes sense.
rape cases. You won't get it. You feel me? Like you'll still have to get whatever consequence gets thrown at you. But for like felonies like assault or gun charges, you get caught with a gun but you didn't use it. That's when you either get a cap sentence of 4 years in jail. Like you can still go to jail. It'll just be for 4 years. It
Even
won't be
4 years is
longer
a
than
lot
4
for
years.
that type of charge.
Exactly.
Right.
Like it's not a small like 4 years is a large period of your life. You feel me? Or you'll get a program where you get to learn. And these programs, I'm gonna use Exalt for example because I work with Exalt. They're one of our partner orgs. Exalt is a program that helps young people that's been arrested like get internships or whatever. So when you graduate from Exalt,
Fire.
you get an internship. And I don't know the specific number, but I know that it's more than 80% of young people that's been arrested and they go to Exalt, they never get arrested again.
That's
Because
beautiful. There we
exactly,
go.
because Exalt provides them with the opportunity and the resources they need to not go back. So if you killed 10 people and crashed out, of course, like, we got to look at
Yeah,
you
no, for
fake
sure,
crazy,
for sure,
but
for
we
sure.
also got to say, like, what is he crashing out for? Like, what does he
Yeah,
need to
definitely.
not crash out again? Because we could put you in jail, and then you'll just come home and crash out again. That's
Right,
not gonna
yeah.
help you stop crashing out. But if we give you the resources you need to, like, process your anger correctly, where you're not clapping 10 people, you feel me? That'll make our community safer. You feel what I'm saying?
No, I definitely agree with that because in my life and I was super young and I just remember just being cooped up in that environment and like I remember one time the only real advice my dad told me, I told him one day, because I was living in the projects, I just became infatuated with that type of environment. I
Right.
told him, Dad, when I grow up, I want to live in the projects. And the one thing he told me was
Crazy
like,
statement.
right, exactly, exactly. But remember, I'm young, and it's like this is my environment, and I get captivated in that environment. I thank God that like my mom helped me take me out that environment because it's like if I would have stayed there thinking like that, like what would have happened, would have probably led to decisions that I would have probably regret. And I just feel like when these higher ups and these authority figures that have these powers are making these type of laws, they have to consider like what was the reasoning behind him making that decision. Like you're not in his shoes, only he knows what's going on, or people around him know what's going on. Like let's help him rather than judge him. You know, like you're saying, that's exactly what you said. And I think that's beautiful. That's really important because, like you said, based off the situation, and more often than not, people do deserve a second chance, a chance to rewrite their story and their legacy.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Our justice system was built on rehabilitation. Like I'm in school right now, majoring in criminal justice, and I'm taking a corrections course. And
Fire.
I learned like our system was built on rehabilitation. It was built off the backs of black people as well, and it wasn't really meant to rehabilitate us. But the way they read it, it was supposed to rehabilitate us. So it's like it's always been punitive, but it's so punitive to the point where somebody commits a crime, they cannot redeem themselves.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, nobody is God to tell somebody you make a mistake and you can't be worthy of living in society with
Right.
other human beings. Like nobody could take away your rights as a human
Right.
because you made a mistake. Nobody is God to do that. And it's like our system is just so messed up right now where people make mistakes, especially young people make mistakes, and it's like they get written off. Like all the hope is going out the window. But when they was a young person, they probably made mistakes too.
Right, yeah,
And
for
that
sure.
slips their mind. Like, you feel me?
For sure.